host, it's your girl DeeDee, and welcome back to the channel. So I have another video reaction. It comes from a woman who is giving advice on dating, and she says that when a man, when he makes his first offense, that you should just drop him right away, and that's the best thing that you can do. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Before we get into the video, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload new videos or go live. So let's go ahead and get into what she had to say, and definitely chime in and let me know what you think of this. Here we go.
Best thing you can do for your dating life is to drop him after his first offense.
This is like the best dating advice I've ever heard.
Huh?
Cutting someone off at their first offense. The world wants you to think that you're being too picky, that you're a woman who will never find anyone. Hashtag wedding bells in 2055. You're going to be an old cat lady, blah, blah, blah. We've all heard it all before.
It is true. It's true.
But the red flags that you see in the beginning, the things that you and your partner fight over in the beginning, are the things that will break you up. Or those are the things that are going to be in your relationship the entire length of your relationship. So when you're in the beginning stages, you have to ask yourself, are those things worth it? If not, you should leave at the beginning because they're not going anywhere. And in my relationship experience, these are facts.
Listen, I can't take away from her relationship experiences, but the one thing I will say is you can't take your experiences and put them on every man and put it out there as if it's a factual thing for everybody else. You know what I mean? Like, your experiences are not the same as everybody else's. So the experiences that you have had, I may not have had. So I get it that that's your experience, but I'm not going to go out here and make it seem like my experiences are just factual for everybody, because it depends on the people. It depends on the type of guys that you're attracting. It depends on the type of women that you're attracting. It depends on the people that you're interacting with. And if you are constantly running into guys who are not good guys, that has a lot to do with you also. When women are speaking, they're just speaking, of course they're speaking from their own perspective and their own experiences, but they make it a general thing. They generalize it the same way they generalize that all black men are just horrible, when I know that that's not the case. It's just the ones that you've encountered and the ones that you've dealt with. And I wish women would start to do that. And then I don't think people would have a problem with that. That's your experiences. That's not everybody else's. So it shows you that there's different sides to this. It's not a one size fits all, that there are horrible men, there are horrible women. There are men who don't know how to be in relationships. There are women who don't know how to be in relationships. And this idea that, oh, if a person make one mistake, oh, he's out of here. One little mess up and he's out of here. But for women, they can easily say that for a man, but they wouldn't want a man to do them that way. If a man judged them or criticized them or just critique them on something that they're doing wrong, they're going to feel offended. They're going to call him controlling. They're going to call him manipulative. They're going to call him everything that they can think of because they don't like any type of structure. And once again, for the people in the back, this is not all women, but for the ones who are. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. But it's for the women who always like to come off as if a man has to be perfect or make these statements that men are supposed to be perfect. They can't make any mistakes. If he make a mistake the one time, I'm out of here. It doesn't matter what the mistake is. They're not specifying. It's like if any mess up in their eyes, oh, that's a done deal. Let these women make a mistake. Would you want a man to look at you and just judge you automatically off that and be like, oh, good riddance to her. I don't want to have anything to do with her because she did one little thing and that's it. See, this is why I always say people aren't perfect, because you have to stress that, because a lot of these women talk as if they're perfect. A lot of these women, I would love to have a conversation with these women and ask them, hey, what are your flaws? What are some things that you've done in your past that you're not proud of? Because women always like to talk about it, but also they like to dismiss it as well. But you put so much pressure on the men to have it all together and be perfect, and you ignore your flaws as if you're perfect and you're not. And if you want grace, you have to give grace. You gotta understand that you're not perfect. You're gonna mess up some things. And if you don't want a man jumping down your throat when you make a mistake, and him talking to you crazy or being demeaning to you when you make a mistake or you have a mishap or whatever, you wouldn't want a man jumping down your throat, because you want him to have, you want him to treat you with grace, not just jump on you, but have some empathy and understanding of your situation or of your mistake. But a lot of these women don't give the very thing that they're asking for. And also, you got to understand that in relationships are not going to be perfect. I don't know how many times I have to stress this, and you hear these young women who have have never been married, never been in long-term or committed relationships, and they're giving this advice to other women, and these women are lost in the sauce. They don't really understand. And then when you tell women, listen, a relationship is not perfect. It's not struggle love. It's called a relationship for a reason. You go through things. You can't expect to get into a relationship with a man or a woman or whoever and think that you're never going to have issues, that it's going to be smooth sailing the whole time. No, it's that way for a reason. It's for a reason for you to come together and learn how to resolve conflicts, to learn how to deal with the opposite sex, to learn how to build up certain areas in your life where you're lacking. It takes you being in a long-term relationship for you to understand how to maintain one. So unfortunately, a lot of these women have only been in hookups and situationships. They've never been in long-term committed relationships, so they have no idea of what that's about, and they think that, oh, it's just supposed to be, you know, peaches and cream, sailing all the way through it. Foolishness that y'all running around here telling these younger women and putting out here. No, you have no idea. This is why a lot of them are single, and they'll stay single because they don't understand what it really takes to maintain a relationship. They don't understand men. Men don't understand women in a lot of cases, and it's hard for people to come together and build together because you don't understand what a relationship should be about. So they're giving the wrong advice. They're telling these women all this wrong stuff, and all these women are just running behind each other, just single, wondering why they can't get a man, why they can't keep one, because you listen to the wrong people. I'm not saying that you should have to tolerate anything that somebody is, you know, any type of disrespect or somebody just mistreating you. No, you should never tolerate disrespect. You should never tolerate mistreatment, but you also got to understand the difference between mistreatment and tolerating somebody versus a person who is human, a human being who may make a mistake that is not detrimental to you or anything, and he's learning things too as you're learning things. We got to stop with this mindset that women are all perfect and men are all the problem. That is the problem within itself. You got to look at yourself, hold some type of accountability towards yourself, and realize that you are not perfect. All the men aren't the problem. It's a lot of the women that are. And until women accept that and own that, they're never going to be able to be in healthy relationships. I'm just saying. So listen, y'all, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Comment, like, subscribe. Y'all know what it is. And I'll check you guys in the next one. Bye.